My goal for 2025 is to read more books on my physical TBR. Right now I have 362 books and we're trying to get that down. So I would like to tell you guys about the 25 books that I would like to read in 2025 with a little twist, because I wouldn't be me if I didn't twist the rules. Some of these are actually series, and if they're a series, I'm counting it as one. Is that cheating? No, right? Definitely not at all. So we're just gonna go through these like rapid fire style. We have the Cruel Prince trilogy. I've had this on my shelf for a very long time and I wanna know what the hype is about. I know this is like some people's Roman Empire series and I wanna know, is it gonna be mine too or not? The Wake the Dragon trilogy. So I'm missing book 1, which is Spine of the Dragon. The store didn't have it when I bought these 2 copies, so I did order it and it's coming in. But I bought these because it has dragons in it and I'm currently on a dragons kick. I can't get enough of them. Then we also have the Faithful and the Fallen series. So I have book 1, 2, 3. So 1 is Malice, then we have Valor, and then we have Ruin. I did order book 4, which is Wrath, so that's currently on its way to me. But this is one that I've seen recently a lot on Book Talk, so I want to give it a go. Some of my favorite book talkers have just been raving about this series, and when I saw it, I had to bring it home. The Ash Princess trilogy is another one that's been on my radar for a while. So this book follows a princess that's been in prison in her own kingdom for 10 years. And then she finally comes up with a way to get herself out of the shackles that have been placed on her. Heavenly Bodies, another romantasy that was sent to me by Fairy Loot. But a lot of my friends have been reading this recently and they have all been loving it. So I feel like I am missing out, and that is why I'm hoping to read it hopefully soon, but definitely in 2025. The Dirty Air series. So I actually did read book 1, but I really wasn't a fan of it. I love this special edition. This is the special edition of book 4, and this is everybody's favorite book. So I do want to give book 2, 3, and 4 a chance, and that's why I want to read them sometime this year. The Bennets series by Kennedy Ryan. Kennedy Ryan knows how to write some very emotional books, and I'm hoping that this series is another 5-star for me. Every other book that I've read by her has been 5 stars, so let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. The Billionaire Boss Collection by Max Monroe is one that I ordered from cover to cover. This is a series that I've had for a long time, just marinating on my shelves, and I honestly just want to read them because they're so pretty, and I feel like I need to decide whether I want to keep them or re-gift them. The Wedding Date series is one that I did start already, so I did read book 1 and book 2, so I want to read book 2, book 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have Pride and Protest, and then Sex, Lies, and Sensibility. I know that Pride and Protest is kind of like a Pride and Prejudice retelling, and I love me a good retelling. The Artifacts of Oranos. I do need to get book 1 and book 4 because I am missing them, but this is another one that is on my radar. Then we have the Love and Taco series. So book 1 is Ramon and Julieta, and then book 2 is Kiss Me, Mi Amor. I'm really looking forward to just reading more books written by Latin authors, and especially this one's because the characters are also Latinos. Let's go! I'm caving in. I'm going to be reading the Kingdom of the Wicked series, mainly because I really want to read the sequel series that came out. I just love those covers so much, and I know that you need to read these before you read those just so they make a little bit more sense, and I'm going to do it. I was supposed to read Kingdom of the Wicked last month, but you know, it is what it is, so we're gonna be reading it this year. All I've ever wanted, all I've ever needed, and I do believe this is a duet, so there's another book in the series, but this is one that I heard is really angsty, and I am a sucker for angsty books. Okay, hear me out. This is not a series, but I do want to read Candy Steiner's entire backlog. I love her writing so much. I could read it forever and ever and never get tired of her books. So I have Make Me Hate You, Revelry, and Close Quarters are the ones that I currently own, but I will be collecting her entire backlog. She is an author that I am focused on in 2025. Green Light by Jessie Hull. I know this is like a step-siblings taboo romance, and I really want to read it. I'm kind of nervous because I really don't like step-siblings romance that much, so I'm trying to go into it as open-minded as I can, because she also wrote Hawk, and I'm not a fan of love triangles, and I ate that up. I devoured that book so fast. I don't think I've ever read another book faster in my life. So I feel like if anybody could make me like a trope that I normally hate, it's Jessie Hall. No Tomorrow is another angsty romance that I really want to get to. I just love when books put my heart through the ringer. Like, there's something about that emotional pain that I love. My sister, one of my sisters, I should say, I have a lot of them. One of my sisters recently found out that I read angsty books and like dark romance books and murder mystery books, and she was like, you really like to put yourself through pain, like you read such dark books. And I said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And she just laughed. I think she realized I'm a little psychotic. You know, but I mean well. I mean well. I'm a very nice person. Then we have All Roads Lead Here and The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. I'm counting them each as one individually, so 1 and 2. Because I know they're not a series, but I did hear, well, Mariana said her series is not an interconnected series, because I wasn't talking directly to her. We were talking like the DMs of another video that she was tagged in, and then she answered one of my questions. This is a very long answer for me to tell you that even though they're not an interconnected series, each book is kind of connected. Like, characters from one book will show up in another book, so I do want to read them. She said I didn't have to read them in order, so I will just read them as I go, but I do want to read her entire backlog as well. The Seasons of Revenge by Morgan Elizabeth. I am obsessed with these covers. I think they're so gorgeous, and even though I didn't like Big Nick Energy by her, and that was like a novella in the series, I'm really hoping that I feel differently about the books, because I feel like since these have just a few more pages, maybe I will actually like the character development and they won't be as fast-paced as Big Nick Energy. That was just too fast-paced for me, and I like, especially with like single parent romance, I need for them to like actually fall in love. Don't give me insta love. And that's what that was. Fear the Everflames. This is a dragon romance, and I hear that this is supposed to be really good, so we are going to find out. Also, this cover, it just got rebranded, and this cover is gorgeous. It says, I will find a way to defy death itself to keep you here. We have a deal. Scandalous. And last but not least, The Business Trip. I read one thriller book a year. That's my go-to, so this is gonna be the thriller book. So this is gonna be the thriller book for 2025. So I bought this when I was in Florida a few days ago, and the blurb for this literally says that 2 women vanish and the only thing they have in common is one man by the name of Trent McCarthy. So they have to figure out who is Trent McCarthy and how do they get the 2 women back. That sounds so juicy. I might actually read this pretty soon here, like maybe in February. I know these are a lot of books, but I do like to give myself a lot of options for reading, and these are a lot that I have my eyes on. I feel like making this video is gonna help me be accountable to actually read them. If I don't, you guys can yell at me and tell me that I need to go read these books. And please tell me, what is a book or series that you're highly anticipating to be released in 2025, or that you just want to prioritize to read in 2025?